My today's topic is Myanmar education sector, what way to go. Here are some suggestions I will inform you and how to look or get an appointment for education in Myanmar. After my presentation, I would like to ask for your advice. So, already mentioned in my paper that Ministry of Education is responsible for development of human resource in Myanmar. Myanmar education system consists of, we call sometimes ECCD, Early Childhood Care and Development, and basic education, and alternative education, and TVET and higher education. Early Childhood Education Development Program is together with the Social Welfare, Relief and Resettlement Department are the lead ministry involved in the provisions of ECCD services. For basic education, current basic education system comprises of 5 years of primary education, KG, and 4 years of lower secondary and 2 years of upper secondary education. There are currently 47,000 basic education schools in Myanmar, reaching approximately 9.5 million of students. The majority of these schools are managed by the Department of Basic Education under the Ministry of Education. In addition, significant percentage of students access a basic education through monastic, private, community, and other types of schools. The numbers of 47,363 schools and with 340,955 teachers are, you see, now they are working at the basic education sector. And alternative education. The MOP provide access to alternative education through the non-formal education equivalents of programs of NEFE for out-of-school children and the summer basics literacy programs. And there were the nearly 23,000 learners. And another one is a Tibet. Tibet is a, you see, this is a, maybe we can call the alternative education through non-formal primary school equivalents. sorry. Tibet is only the technical and vocational education training in Myanmar. And it is not only in the Ministry of Education, which they are, you see, connection with the relevant ministry and the private sector. There are the 374 technical and vocational education schools in Myanmar. And the last one is a higher education. Myanmar has 171 higher education institutions, college, degree college, and university, which are overseen by the 8th ministry. In the recent academic years, there were nearly 230,000 students. They are studying in higher education institution. And I will check it. And there were altogether it's 411,000 students. They were studying the decent education. Full-time education students are the, I recently mentioned 225,000 students. They are the full-time students currently studying under the Ministry of Education. Another one is that you need to know is our national education strategies plan. This plan is started from the 2012 under the President U Thein era. At that time, after my retirement from University of Economics, I was one of the national consultants at the plan. At that time, we call the plan of CESR, Comprehensive Education Strategic Plan. And now it's finished at the end of 2015, and at the beginning of the annual government, they launched this one as with the name of the National Education Education Strategies Plan, NES. Myanmar education system has a key reform area since the 2015 elections and turning Myanmar higher education system into one of the system. And the main transformation in this plan is to provide the graduates with workforce skill and develop research capability to support government policy has been a higher price. This is the beginning of our national education strategies plan. Then 2001 to 2015 to 2016, you see, 2016 to 2021 is, you see, this is an NLD government era, and they followed according to the, you see, the strategies plan. But after the 2020, there was a COP in 2011, 1st February. For this, you see, changes according to the, you see, process is as follows. General elections were held during the first wave of the pandemic. During that time, weak compliance with the epidemics restrictions has led to an increase in epidemic in the country. And second wave of epidemic is come. Meanwhile, after the elections, the complaint arose over the elections results. There has been call from the military to clarify border access issues. The ruling party and the Myanmar Elections Committee did not comment on this complaint. This is the main factors of, you see, issues. And so, for these reasons, the military took over state power before the start of the third Yidulodor based on the 2008 constitutions of Myanmar. But during at the first week, it seemed, you see, the country is okay, but just before the end of the first week of power on 1st February, protests led by the NLD forces took to the streets. Initially, it started with peaceful protests, but later escalated into violence. Now, up to 7 months. During this time, you see, the opposition group formed the National Unity Government, NUG, and another group, they are the very young generation, the People Defense Force, NBF, and PDF, and committee representing the Pidongzu Sudo, CRHP. They emerged to stop the functions of administration, business, health sector, and education sector. Their techniques is to boycott, and if they are not followed, bombing in protest against the Myanmar administration, especially at the beginning of June. The current government prepare for the reopening of basic high school. At that time, their campaign is to mobilize government and private sector employees to join the civil disobedience movement, CDM. However, non-participants were violently beaten and killed. Some teachers from the Department of Education were also killed. Several others were injured. The campaign to students not to attend school. The campaign to prevent education workers from going to work intensified. Banning school is to prevent people from going to school. There were bombing at some townships. This is a current situation of Myanmar. Considering the new situation, that way arise when the school reopened. The current government believes that education is the most important driving force for the country's development. As the pandemic slowed, efforts were underway to reopen school from basic education to higher education. The students who had to go to school were involved in the riots. Some people will not be able to go to school due to the economic downturn due to the pandemics. Also, teaching and administrations are also involved in the CDM movement, and these victims will not come to school. This is the current situation of Myanmar. According to the unofficial source, a total of nearly 140,000 people were dismissed from the Ministry of Education who were participating in the CDM movement. However, it has been confirmed, it has not been confirmed yet, because the current government is still inviting them to return to job. If school reopened, preparation will need to be made. In basic education, the first is a teacher. The numbers of teachers will be reduced because of CDM movement, and the role of students may reduce also. This is a situation, but higher education may be more difficult. The numbers of declined teachers is not small, but not small to compare with the basic education. But you see, the number of students and there were 171 institutions. So on the average, you see, the number of staffs were very, very few for per classes. And so we must take care of the quality of education, because most of the, you see, dismissed persons are the experienced teacher, or they are the senior teacher. So it is not good for the higher education sector. For the current chaotic situations in Myanmar, effort must be made to establish a strong foundation of education. This cannot be done by the Ministry of Education alone. We think international aids and NGO have played a key role in reforming Myanmar education system. In the recent years, so the international community should continue to support Myanmar, including, you see, financial assistance. However, you see, international society will worried about the financial assistance to Myanmar, but I think not me only, but also we think the appropriate safeguard can be put to place to prevent the misappropriations of financial resources to the government. Expanding online learning may be part of the solution to solve the current, you see, situation. But I want to discuss little about the situation. For online learning, as mentioned above, international organizations will be able to provide convenient education for our younger generation. If younger people know modern skills, and our country will develop in the future. In terms of online learning, higher education is the most needed. The numbers of qualified teachers is now reduced. How will they continue the journey? How will the higher education continue their journey? It is very difficult. There is a shortage of teachers to continue learning and teaching current situation. Due to the pandemic, students are waiting for a year to enter university. Now waiting line is a 1 year, you see, are waiting to attend university. So I would like to suggest for Comira, if they can, you see, and from the ODA assistance, Comira can offer online learning and teaching degree program for Myanmar students. It will be beneficial for our country. You see, this is our idea. If it is difficult to get ODA assistance from the government, alternatively, we have ideas. That is, we would like to work with a team of consultants to have Comira with education services. We were the group of retired professors from Myanmar and international universities. We also have an online learning facility or online platform for HRD and training programs for our clients. Currently conducting environmental enforcement and feasibility study for the economics, development programs. We use training courses like debate activity. We can design the courses and can teach online with online, but we cannot offer the university degree because we are a private organization, and according to our Myanmar education law, the law is not allowed to offer, local university degree. Therefore, if Comira, the big, the large organization, can arrange for a formal university degree, we can cooperate as a local facilitator. Finally, extracurricular educational programs such as a vocational training for students who are unable to attend school should be set up for their future study. If government education does not meet the learning need, the children of the rich will find it easier to find better alternative, and this appropriate to low-income population, and they will be suffering. The goal should be maintained. The goal means that, the Millennium Development Goal or our educational goal, to advance the goal of education to prevent irreversible impact on the learning of children in Myanmar. So this is all of my presentation, and thank you for your patience and your giving time for my presentation. And also, I will answer what you want to know from abroad of Myanmar educational sector situations, and I want to hear some suggestions from you. Thank you.